Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is middle of the month for April Tarot Oracle reading. And Aries, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Aries, we still all have a little bit of Aries in us. If you do have your birth chart, which house is Aries in, that's where this energy will show up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a timely reading, so if you're watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it's been a while since I posted this, what were you doing? Excuse me, what were you doing back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. We're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck, and we have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords represents communication coming in. The Knights would work for the King and Queen, and they would travel near and far to deliver messages and wait for the reply and bring it back to the court. They also would sometimes be in charge of protecting the kingdom. And this energy, each of them has their own element. This is the element of air, and it's represented by the swords. So the swords represent your mental intelligence and your discipline of your mind. And also, so this is your thoughts. And, thoughts are expressed through words, whether that be written or that be verbal. So the Knight of Swords is bringing some sort of communication in. This energy is someone who is sometimes considered to be like a fool rushing in. We can only see half his swords, so he maybe only has half the information, and we can't see the point. So maybe he can't see the point of this information either. He's running through barren land against the wind, and his horse is totally stressed out. So this energy, he's got a red flag flying at the back of his helmet there. And so this energy can talk about someone who's really anxious, and they are running away from something towards something. So we'll see, what is this energy about? In the old days, the information would always be in person, but now we have so many forms of communication. This could be very unlikely to come in by horse, but it could be in person. This could be a letter in the mail, it could be documents, that sort of thing. There could be a phone call, a text message. You could get an email. Also, maybe you're on social media and someone messages you, or you see an event and you decide, I'm going to attend that event. And when you're there, you run into someone that has the perfect information for you. And so this is... And this energy, it represents, we moved into the fire horse energy on February 17th in the Chinese New Year. We moved out of the year of the snake into the year of the fiery horse energy. This is exactly the energy that you do not want to be in the fire horse energy. It's very free-spirited, and if in matters of love, it's passionate and it's very heartfelt, and it's about setting high goals. But you don't want to be impulsive, and you don't want to let your temper or your emotions, grief, whatever, get a hold of you, so that you make impulsive actions that then you regret later. And you do not want to be rushing forward with information that is that you don't know for sure the whole story, because right now with all the AI out there, it's getting more and more difficult to tell what's real information and what's not. So we have to really use our logic and our intuition to decipher whether or not it's true information. This energy is also an energy of setting goals that are so high that you end up and not giving yourself any amount of time that would be reasonable to get them done, and then burning yourself trying to do it in an unreasonable amount of time. So this is saying stay calm. And there's a lot of energy out there right now, so on the planet, that is upsetting, or a lot of people feel like the rug's been pulled out from underneath them. So we need to just remember, stay calm. We have, if you stay calm, this is a much better outcome here. This is ultimate fulfillment. The 10 of Cups is everything you love. You love your partner, you love your children, you love your family, you love the community you live in, you love your home. Maybe you have pets, you love them too. Maybe your career is going amazing, you love it. You love the people you work with, you love the clients you deal with. It's that kind of energy. It's the ultimate fulfillment that you can have in a perfectly imperfect world. And now it's on a rainbow, so it's kind of like it's coming in after a storm. And so this energy may not be with you yet, but there's a potential here if you can keep yourself in check, is what's coming up. And we do have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles represents, like the Knight, the same kind of energy, represents information, but the Knights would work for the King and Queen when they were very young. They would begin around 7 to 14, depending on how mature they were. And they would, deliver messages within the palace walls. They would come from the outlying families in the area that were upper class, and educated. Each of them also has an element, and that element is the pentacle for this page. So the Page of Pentacles is very focused on learning about pentacles, and pentacles are a very big part about, of health, wealth, and happiness. In the third dimensional plane, we do need to focus on money somewhat, and the energy here is for pentacles is represented by a coin. But having said that, you could still, you can have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want. So this is talking about more than just money. It's talking about lifestyle. And we have the King of Cups coming in. So we have a King of Cups that wants to offer a cup of love. Now the King of Cups is representing, having romantic love and wanting to move forward and offer maybe a proposal of marriage or a stronger commitment in a relationship, or maybe a first date that he has someone that he has his eye on. He's sitting out in the middle of this water, and it's rough water. And so rough water in tarot represents volatile emotions, and maybe there's a lot of chaos around him, and he is in the eye of the storm though. So the King of Cups is the most emotionally available of all the kings. He has learned to control his emotions, and is sitting, waiting just for the perfect opportunity to come in and be able to deliver this cup. And he's patiently waiting. He knows that if he delivers this cup at the wrong time, his offer won't be accepted. So he has his right foot forward. As soon as he feels the time is right, up he gets. He's the most loyal of all the kings and the most traditional kind of relationship. We have the Knight of Pentacles coming in. So this would be the Page of Pentacles once he grows up and he has become a knight. Amazing. So this energy is talking about the slowest moving knight in the deck. Sometimes you just want to scream, like, hurry up, get your butt in gear. He's at a standstill, and he's just, still focused, okay, on his pentacle. Now what? So he's bringing in some information, and the thing is about the Knight of Pentacles is he's very methodical, and he takes his time because he wants to make sure that he's going in the right direction. So he does save himself some time by not getting lost, because he just, goes wherever his horse leads him, kind of energy. He is, when he does come in with the information, it's worth the wait, because the information usually is valuable, and it could be, generational wealth, like some information about, a legacy of money that you could leave for your children and your children's children. We do have the Two of Wands here. Two of Wands, the wands in tarot represent the element of fire, and fire represents action. So these wands are made of wood, because wood feeds fire. And he's standing up at the top of his turret, and he's overlooking his domain, and he's thinking, wow, he definitely has planted some sort of action here. And quite often this reminds me of someone who maybe is an entrepreneur, and he has been successful. And but now he realizes, maybe he's in a smaller center, and he realizes, like, if I'm going to expand my horizons, I'm going to have to start another location in somewhere where there's more people, or more people that are interested in my product, that kind of energy. And perhaps he's thinking about going global, because he has the world in his hands here. But he understands that right now he's a big fish in a little pond. And perhaps, when he moves to a bigger center, he's going to be a small fish in a big pond, and have to learn, take what he's learned from this experience and apply it to the next to be able to expand, which is a good attitude to have. And then we have the Rebel with the Cause. Now, the Rebel with the Cause, This is the Knight of Wands, and this energy is very, very similar to the Fire Horse energy. This is the energy you want to be in this year, 2026, until about February of 2027. I think it's February 5th or 6th, we have the new year again. So the fiery horse energy is very much like the Sagittarius energy. The centaur that has the bow and arrow shoots his arrows into the sky and to hit this target that he's trying to reach. And that energy is very much like the fire horse energy. I pretty much explained that, but you'll notice he doesn't have a flag on the back of his helmet. He has a plume. And so this represents also, you see how he's reining his horse in here? The horse is fighting it a bit, but he knows, like, I don't want to be impulsive. I want to be able to move forward in a strong way. He's passionate still. But he has learned that if he reins in his emotions and disciplines his mind, he's far more likely to get what he wants way sooner. And he's wearing this yellow tunic, and it has salamanders with their tail like in a circle, and also a lion on here. And this represents protection from fire. So he knows how far to push himself, and he doesn't burn himself out. And it's important, especially because with the fire signs, which are Sagittarius and Aries, you're one of them, Aries, Sagittarius, and also Leo. And the other thing that I want to mention for you, Aries, in this upcoming energy, just in the middle of this month energy, we kind of have a little bit of a reprieve from like a bunch of astrological influences, new ones. We do have on... we have, the new moon coming up will be on April 17th, and that moon is going to be, the moon is going to move from Pisces to Aries, and it's the end of a cycle basically when that happens. So it's got a lot of new energy behind it. It's like the whole horoscope wheel behind it. So especially you are going to feel that, because also on top of everything, you've had a lot of signs move into, or a lot of planets that are very big and powerful move into your sign throughout the last few months in particular. And Neptune and Saturn and Jupiter, you've had like Venus, and this is almost unheard of for this many planets to move into one sign, and it happens to be your sign, and the energy is like new, and you're probably feeling that more than anyone right now. The sign opposite you on the wheel, which is Libra, is also feeling this energy. Any sign that's the opposite of our sign on the horoscope is going to feel the influence coming in really strong. The only other thing we have coming up on April 25th is Uranus moving into Gemini. And this is about every 7-ish years, Uranus moves into a new sign. And this is very significant in many ways from, the last time that Uranus was in the sign of Gemini was from 1941, I think it is, 1941 to 1949. So that kind of is pre-war and after World War II kind of energy. And so, it's like, it's very volatile energy. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that as we get towards the end of the month. I feel like everybody needs to take a deep breath right now and gear up for that new energy coming in. And then, be careful you don't burn yourself out, because you have like all these signs that moved into your sign, or all these planets that moved into your sign. You have this energy of the moon, moving from Pisces into Aries. And you have this energy of the fire horse energy on top of the fire sign that you already are. So don't, remain calm. And keep an open mind. Those are the two things that are really going to empower people through this month of April. It's really good energy in many ways if you're really enjoying the thought of getting into doing something new. But it's also extremely volatile energy. a lot of emotion and a lot of forces happening around us that are totally like what this energy here is talking about, your internal forces. And so these are like what you'll find yourself saying, what if this happens, what if that happens, if I do this, what if they do that kind of energy. And so this is really important to get a grip on those what ifs. And then because the external forces you don't have the same control over, but you can control your reaction to them. And so so you don't react, you respond. And so it moves you forward in a stronger way rather than being in this energy where, you know, you're a giant red flag. And so that could mean taking the time to isolate and really go inward and really figure out, what is it that I do want? Like moving forward, is there a project that I want to start new? And if so, put some plans in place, you know, like start, like just, you don't have to go all wild or anything, but just take some notes, you know, what would it require to do this? That kind of energy. And the hermit, what he does is when he's feeling like a lot of energy coming in like this, he'll climb to the top of the mountain. And, you know, quite often it'll be after a dark night of the soul that the hermit does this. Something that happened that he found really challenging. And he'll go sit up there and, you know, till the lantern is full of the light of the North Star energy. And then when his rod is golden, he comes down and he takes action. You don't have to climb a mountain or anything like that, but it's just talking about you know, really taking that time to give yourself the opportunity to really look at your situation, where you are now, and what you would like to do moving forward from this point. And so this is talking about how you identify. You're waiting for some information to come in about some pentacles. This has to do with your abundance and self-worth. You feel like you might be in this King of Cups energy. This could be your energy. This is talking about your abundance and self-worth and knowing that you want to give a cup of love, but maybe you're waiting. And you've been waiting a long time to find out what this information is about these pentacles, so that maybe you're considering moving to another country because you've met someone and you want to move there and be with them, but you have to wait until the finances come in. It could be that kind of energy. And this is talking here about your emotional foundation. So yeah, you want to expand your horizons. You are ready for that new energy. So this is good, like, because you're going to have new energy whether you want it or not. You may as well enjoy it. And this is talking about, you know, the rebel with a cause. This is someone who knows I've got to take the steps, you know, at the right time. And this is about romance. So I do feel like you maybe are in a position like that, where you are considering moving to another country. A lot of people are, you know, considering that right now, all around the world. It's kind of like, maybe it's better somewhere else, you know, that kind of energy. And then we also have the dark night of the soul is representing your daily routine and your habits. And this can also be about your health. So don't be driving yourself so hard that you don't, that you burn yourself out, and recognize that it's really important to take a little bit of time for yourself every day, even if it's just to go for a walk around the block, to get some fresh air and bring in some new energy if you're getting frustrated. And then we have, for the external forces are forces that are coming in from outside of you that you don't really have a lot of control over. It is saying that, you know, this could be talking about the economy, and that could be part of the irritation in this energy here, waiting for this money to come through. It could be because you know, the economy isn't as brilliant as it could be in many countries right now. And a lot of people have a lot of fears around, you know, what's going to happen with all the unrest around the world. And there's a lot of energy like shifting constantly. So this is talking though about 3 levels of making money. This is talking about safe money, so having enough to pay your bills and all of that, but you don't have a lot to play with or to invest, going after your heart's desires or your crown and glory. So this person has their back to the city, and that's talking about this energy again, wanting to move, wanting to move forward, wanting to, and maybe this is also wanting to add another person to your energy so that it's two people instead of one now. It's not just necessarily business. This could be you have a passion for someone and you're waiting for this money to come in so that you can move to where they are. I feel like there's some sort of energy around that, or move them to where you are. But I feel like you're more inclined, like, let's get out of here. let's go on an adventure kind of energy. You're ready for the new. This is saying, in the past, you may have sold yourself short and then had regrets. Maybe you were going to invest in something and you just couldn't bring yourself to do it, and it would have really been beneficial if you have, and you're still kicking yourself, kind of, you have. And this can also be talking like playing small instead of, I mean, if you're going to take risks in finances, make sure you do your research, make sure they're calculated risks, not that you're just like willy-nilly gonna take a risk with your money, and make sure you can afford to take that risk. But it's when you're just too, you're playing small and you're just not willing to invest in yourself, basically. And so the best investment you can have is an investment in yourself. So this is talking about maybe with your back to the city, deciding, okay, I'm ready to move on, move somewhere new. And it's also talking about don't sell yourself short. Like you have a strong foundation here, and you have experience, and you've been successful. So even if you move to a new country or a new situation, or you're in a new relationship, you can handle it. You've had success in the past. You know what success is. You know what it looks like. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Yes, with a real strong attitude like this. And the Ace is represent, again, this new energy coming in. So again, it's about these pentacles. And it's saying there is a reward coming in for you due to this is your commitment. So you've made a commitment of some sort to yourself that you've kept. That is the energy that I'm getting here. And because you have, and I feel like that commitment is to stay, on your path, like your destined path, your path of glory. And when you stay on your path of glory, eventually you're going to receive the pentacles to be able to do what you need to do on that path of glory. And so I just feel like there's a lot of new coming into your life with this Ace being here. And there's this could represent a new relationship coming in that could end up being marriage or more of a committed relationship, or a partnership in business as well, bringing in those pentacles. And then in your position of transition, we have transition. This card's coming up a lot in the readings also because of all the energy shifting into this new energy. So the transition here, this is talking about transition and ending one cycle and beginning a new one. There's light at the end of the tunnel. So if you're getting frustrated, just remain as patient as you can, and journal, do what you need to do, get as much done behind the scenes so that you can leave at the drop of a hat when when it becomes, the opportunity becomes available, and be able to make this move. This is talking here about when the Grim Reaper comes into town. The Grim Reaper, a lot of, like, this older person doesn't want the change, and they're trying to barter with the Grim Reaper. Don't come into town. We don't want your change, which is silly because change is going to happen all the time. It's happening every second of every minute of every day. And it's just like death and taxes. It's the one constant we can count on is change. There's no point in fearing it. You've survived change up to this point. You'll survive new change as well. We have these two younger children that are excited to see the Grim Reaper, and one of them is even offering him a flower, and that represents new bloom of life. As you can see here, there's also the king has been trampled here. This isn't representing an actual king, but it's talking about systems that government, rules, laws, ways people do things. This new Uranus energy coming in, a lot of people are already starting to feel it, and it's kind of almost like a different way of communicating. There's a lot of this rebel energy. People are tired of being told what they can and cannot say. They're tired of being so careful. Like, you have to be so careful with your words all the time. It's stifling. And so it's talking about there's a transition coming in with, and we can feel it. Uranus is a pretty strong planet, has a lot of energy behind it. So we're starting to feel it now, and it's adding to all the other change that we're going through. Then we have the star energy, which is in your higher education. So this is talking about taking your qualities, your God-given qualities, what you have, your own special abilities, pouring that into the universal pool of water. And she's got her right foot in the water because she's taking action. And then taking this water and pouring, mixing it and pouring it on earth. And you notice there's 5 streams here, and those 5 streams represent the 5 points on the pentacle. So this is talking about, you know, bringing, and this is the North Star that's in the Hermit's lantern. So it's about, you know, putting what you learned while you went inward, you are putting it into action now. So that's awesome energy. Really good energy here. Oh, and then look who comes in, temptation. So temptation is in your career and reputation. So someone might be coming in to tempt you with an offer here, because they're hearing about these pentacles coming in. Be really careful that you don't, you know, like there's lovers here, so it could be someone like is, oh, this person's single and they've got all this money coming in, the rumor mill is starting, they're talking about moving away and starting a business somewhere else in a beautiful tropical country. Maybe they want a partner, you know, and it's that kind of energy, which is kind of what you're looking for. But be careful, because a lot of people maybe are going to be tempted to insinuate themselves into your life, because that's also what they want, and they want to do it the easy way. So this is talking about 2 lovers that end up being yoked to each other, and then they're chained to Saturn's box, and the devil's sitting in between them, which is really like uncomfortable energy. It's like this is the base instinct though, and so this is representing lust over love. So this person isn't, it's more, and it could be the lust of money. And so when the devil comes in, you're not going to get the truth from the devil. The devil is very manipulative. So what I always do is cover the devil, and I want to see what is this about? Like, who are, the devil sends in a minion to do his dirty work. So we're going to see, like, who's he sending in? What is it about? We know it's about money for sure. We can feel that energy coming in with this here. And so good news travels fast. And yeah, and so we'll cover that. And who does he send in? Someone from your past that wants to reconcile with you. Yeah, that is the kind of energy that happens. So this could be someone that you worked with in the past, career, reputation-wise, someone that's trying to come back into your life because they can see that you're going to be very lucrative here, and they want a piece of it. And they're wondering, okay, how can I, and this, it feels like it's someone that was your lover at some point. And as soon as I pull this card up, you might be going, I know exactly who that is. We just had Mercury retrograde, and we're out of Mercury retrograde for a couple weeks now. But this past energy, you know, they may have heard about your good fortune coming in. You may not even know about it, and they do. It's in the gossip mill is what I'm getting. And that's maybe the information, like, you know, like running towards this fulfillment before someone else, before you meet someone else or you go off with someone else, and this person's going to try to get back in your good graces and whatever. So that's the energy. Interesting. So, you know, when there's reconciliation, it implies that there needs to be forgiveness and an apology of some sort. So you can forgive someone, and you may have already forgiven this person something. But just because you forgive someone does not mean you want to reconcile with them. You may have not even told them that you forgive them. You just don't want to carry their energy anymore. And you're looking for a new cup of love. You're looking for someone that's solid, not not someone who's a fool rushing in kind of energy. And so this card of reconciliation can represent past energy coming in, and it can also represent needing to heal something from your past, so wanting closure from the past, and also maybe something from your childhood that you haven't resolved as of yet. Or this money, again, because look at how this page, this money has been like in the making since this the page was 7 to 14 years of age, and now they're like a grown adult, like probably in their 30s by now, and you still haven't had resolution on what that is. So there's something here. And about pentacles, and it feels like it's a lot of money, and the God in the Most High is saying this is a gift coming in, and now that you have discernment not to hang out with this energy again, because they'll take it every chance they can, and they won't. You need someone that is going to actually care and want to empower you, and you empower them. Someone that is also on their divine path, so that it's a strong energy. And the reconciliation card also, like when you first look at it, you think, oh, there's two kids playing in the yard, and they're playing with these potted flowers, and there's someone in the background looking over them. But then when you look again, you realize this is a gnome, and this is a little woman. And this little woman, she is, when you look at her from the front, she looks like she's young, but when you look at her from the back, she looks like she's an old hag. And she's got this white glove on, which is saying she doesn't want to get her hands dirty. So she doesn't want these flowers. They don't even belong to the gnome. So, like, they're not his to give away. The old hag is like, she's out of patience. Like, we don't want your damn flowers, get lost. And she's ready to walk away. But the young woman still hasn't learned how to quit people pleasing yet. This is saying, if this person comes back in again, are you going to people please, or are you going to stay on your destined path? Are you going to give in to the temptation of being back with this person when they come in and they're all like, you know, at their very best, and they know you really well because you've been together in the past, in an intimate relationship for sure. This is a past lover. And it didn't work out. And so recognize that a lot of times, I mean, this is up to you. I'm not telling you what to do, but recognize that a lot of times people will show you who they are the first time they come around. And so it's sometimes a good idea to believe them when they, the first time they show you who they are, rather than going through it several times, right? And so this energy, also, the white flowers in the pots here represent, or in the cups represent innocence. But these are not innocent flowers. These flowers are from the nightshade family. They're called, it's Datra, which is devil's trumpet. It's a beautiful plant. It blooms and blooms and blooms. But if children or pets ingested it, it would be highly toxic for them, and they'd get really sick. Sometimes shamans use Datra to produce visions in their ceremonies for their purposes, but they have been doing it a long time, and it's for adults, and they understand the dosage. The person in the background here is not watching over the children. It's someone who's walking away down the path. So this whole card is basically an illusion that you have to figure out. And so a lot of this is saying maybe your childhood, there's things you don't know clearly about, some money for sure that is from your childhood. There's definitely some energy there. And also maybe there's something that happened in your childhood that you don't know about. We don't remember much of what happened to us from baby to kindergarten at all. And, you know, so this energy is saying, yeah, don't fall for the temptation of the devil here, and just keep moving forward on your destined path. Patient, don't at the last minute do something impulsive and then be like really regretting it later. This is talking, yes, it's talking about, there's cutthroat energy out there. This is the same energy that wants, they want this. Okay, so you need to, you already went through a dark night of the soul with this energy. You want to make sure, you want to remember this is cutthroat energy. You've had to battle your way back, and it's not pleasant energy. And this can also talk about it causing an inner battle within you. This also could be talking about there's more than one person here, and it involves like maybe family members, people you love. And so this can talk about an inner struggle within you, with your mind. And this can actually represent 3 different versions of you as you are going through this mental struggle with what am I going to do? And this is in your blessings. So this is talking about, you know, if you, your subconscious mind, which is formed by the time you are about 5, 6, 7 years of age. From when you're a baby, and you don't remember that because most people don't remember they're a baby. You might have some memories, but not clear enough to know who you were then. Babies are like sponges. They absorb their environment, and the thoughts of the people around them, are very imprinted. And so this energy has a huge influence on us. It's imprinted well into adulthood, and it's not the most reliable information because it's actually the thoughts of the people around us that were in charge of our care when we were a baby, not our own real thoughts. Yet when we get triggered or excited or whatever, emotional, that's the first mind that pops up. Oh, I'll do this. And it's not the most reliable. We also have the unconscious mind, which is from your soul's perspective. So, a lot of people recognize, hey, I'm a human being with a soul. But from the soul's perspective, you are a soul traveling in a human body. And this is your vehicle for getting around planet Earth. And the soul, from the soul's perspective, if it doesn't get what it needs, then the soul is going to become very loud and cause, a battle with the subconscious mind. Then you have the conscious mind, which is what he has a handle on here. This is what you've seen with your own eyes. You're there. You've had the experience. You remember it, and you're conscious of it. So when the three of these come together, and you plug it into your heart, then you're going to get into your heart's desires. So the blessings that come in are real, true blessings that you really want, not something that you've already experienced and ended up having to climb a mountain to go and, heal from it, right? So, yeah, look forward to the new. And this is, now that you know what you know, this is good to see. There's conviction beyond a doubt that you are going to move forward in the way that you're going to, in the new way. You have the wand energy, you're taking action, and anyone who is going to try and stand in your path, if they're from the past in particular, and they tried to do this to you in the past, you're protecting your heart, you're protecting what you're going for. You notice this person has a boot on one foot and a shoe on the other. And I'm getting that song by Shania Twain, which bed have your boots been under kind of energy. So there's something about that here. And this is going to higher ground. And it's talking maybe that you're still teetering between the two worlds because it's taking so long for this information to come in. You're starting to doubt whether, but now you have this, with this new energy coming in here, you have a new passion for and you know what you know. So this is saying this information is coming in, and when you know what you know, that's when you're going to be ready to take action, and you're not taking action before. Conviction beyond a doubt. If there was some illegalities in this situation, conviction beyond a doubt can also mean a prison sentence for someone. So if there was some money stolen from you, it feels like it could, it could be in the legal courts, and that's maybe like this is an intellectual battle going on here. All right, so this is quite the reading. If you've enjoyed it up to this point, please give it a like and comment. If you want further clarity, I am going to clarify now. And I'm going to use my Oracle Tales from the Vector, TAILS. And this is something I started in 2007. In 2020, I completed 64 paintings. And now I am putting it out there as soon as I have the information written up for the book. I'm taking my time because I have a lot of written information, but I haven't played with the cards enough to know how they are in true action. The numbers on these cards represent the paintings in the order they are in my gallery on my website. The information will be in the description box below. I will put them in the order they appear here. And you can look up the paintings if you want further clarity. It could give you further clarity. We have a tower coming in, and this tower is why this knight is rushing. So who's he rushing to? I think he's rushing to this energy here. He rushed to this energy here and said, you better hurry up because she's meeting this King of Cups is offering her a cup of love, or him or her, Remember, these are archetypes. So the king could be a female in their masculine energy, just as the knights can be female in their masculine energy. And we don't have a queen here, but I feel it's the star energy is representing you, and you're either this energy or this energy. You're either the energy of the king wanting to offer the cup, or who he's wanting to offer the cup to. And so we have the tower coming in. Towers are uncomfortable for everybody, and that might be why you went for through the dark night of the soul. But this tower is after you recover from that and you take action in a strong way, you are now moving forward with all this new energy. And this energy is like not wanting this to happen, because they can tell this is your destiny here, and they can't stop it. They don't want you to get together if you're the king. They don't. When the two of you get together, it's going to be like a power couple, and they won't stand a chance to be able to come back in. And this is, you've decided you're going on a foolhardy journey. You're not entertaining the old energy with anyone. You want justice, redemption from karma. You don't want to add to your karma. And the moon energy is coming in. So the next moon is the new moon on April 17th. And that's that one where all the new, and that's when it's time to, it's a good time for taking action around that time with new and innovative projects. It's about being very assertive, not being abrasive, but being assertive. You have to be careful, Aries, because you are represented by the ram. And, the Aries energy, being a newborn infant, is very rammy. Babies come in head first, but you don't want to shove your opinion down other people's throat. You want to be assertive, but not abrasive. And it's a great time for starting new projects, and also discovering your personal courage to move forward in a new way. Really be your authentic self. That's the best gift you can give yourself right now. Give yourself permission to go after your authentic desires and be yourself. This is don't sugarcoat anything for anyone. At the same time, you don't have to be in this cutthroat energy. Just if someone else is in that cutthroat energy, they might enjoy the fight. Some people love to fight. And if you're not really into conflict, then you don't have to participate in someone else's fight just because they enjoy it. And so this is manifesting at a high level right now. This energy coming in. Maybe this energy is going to come in the next while here with this next new moon. If it doesn't, don't stay calm. And then but this is moving from Pisces to Aries, so I wouldn't be surprised. And then we have the judgment coming in. This is God's judgment. This is unfettered. It's saying you've opened your heart, you healed your heart after being in this really difficult energy, and you have, because of that, that's why you're being rewarded in this way. You're a rebel with the cause now. You're willing to say what's on your mind and go in the direction that you want. There's no more of this. You're not taking the shame for anyone else's bullshit. You're done with that. Being the people pleaser. You're like the old hag. No, I don't want your frickin' flowers. They're not even your flowers. And I don't want, you shouldn't be handing those out because, especially if you, why are you here, basically? That's the kind of energy. What do you really want? This is the energetic upgrade by going up to the top of the mountain. Really understanding, using your intuition as well as your logic for creative solutions. And we're also talking about this energy here. These are from the external forces. So they're thinking maybe you're still that you're foolish and they can fool you. And they have expectations of being able to come in and just be as charming as they can be, and getting you to take them back. And so that would be foolish for you, and it's foolish of them to think that you would want to repeat what you went through with this person, because it clearly wasn't much fun. It may have been fun in the beginning, but what ended up in the end wasn't. We have the Leo energy, and so this is talking about leadership. And I feel like that's kind of what this is saying. Like maybe you were with someone and they had so much potential, you know, like a lot of teenage boys do, that kind of energy. Leos are natural born leaders, but it takes them time to mature, and they can come off really arrogant when they are lacking in confidence. They make up for it for that, but they are, you know, when they get older and they mature, they tend to be, you know, make really good leaders. But if they're in this energy, you don't want a part of that again. Now, I just want to make it clear that when my horoscope signs come up in these readings, I'm not talking about a particular individual. I'm talking about the energy of that sign. So in your case, it may be that this was a Leo, but you know, just take it, use your intuition around that. I just want you to understand that's not my intention. The scotoma, yeah, having a blind spot, that happens in love. You know, it's when everybody else knows what this person's been up to and you're the only one who doesn't. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up. And then we have the star on the star. And look at this, we have the devil on the devil. That's funny. So this is saying, yeah, you're in the star energy, stay in it. Let's see what's the next card up on this devil. This is total clarification. A Scorpio energy. So this is, I'm talking, yes, sexual gladiator. So again, it's not necessarily that sign, but it's the energy. So the Scorpio energy can be about uniting, or it can be about conquering. And I feel like perhaps this person was a really good lover, and that was the best thing about them, because this is the energy coming in. So yeah, you don't want to give in to that temptation, no matter how charming they are. Just, you know, don't do it. Stay in your star energy. You'll be, you don't need the drama in your life. Been there, done that. You don't need it. You've got the t-shirt. You don't want to, and you know, if they want to get together with you, be very careful. Maybe you don't even want to, you know, answer the phone. Like, you don't have to. So just be aware of that. You don't have to have anything to do with this person. That's totally your right and up to you. And yeah, attachment is a karmic space. So this energy is very attached to you, is what I'm getting. And it's like, what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. And they're spinning a web. It's Charlotte's web. This is talking about someone who, like, because when we become attached to something, then we fall into all the other karmic spaces very easily. It's the mother of all karmic spaces, because if we become attached to a certain person or certain thing, it makes us miss opportunities coming in, because we can only see it happening the way we expect it to. And that, of course, is going to create limitations. So keep an open mind about this new lover coming in that's very different from this energy I'm getting. And God's saying that's the point. That's the point. Funny. Okay. So I do hope you've enjoyed this, Aries. I enjoyed this reading. Give it a like and comment if you have. I would really appreciate it. And consider subscribing. I would be honored if you did so. I will be back with the next astrological insight. Will be, I'll do a reading, a bonus reading about the new moon energy coming in. Bye for now, Aries.